Good morning. I'm Claire Hi from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Now I just start this off and presume that it's going to go live in a few seconds, which it did. Yay, another winner. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. I'm Claire Louise. Hi. I'm going to be doing some channeling for the collective this morning, but I'm also going to be giving mini reads as well. If you're interested in a mini read, check out the pinned comment. The comment that's pinned up top of the live chat, that will tell you how to do it. It's by donation. Hey, Connie. Hey, Timothy. How is everyone? How was your weekend? Good? Mine was. I had a good weekend, as usual. Oh, I had a great day yesterday. So relaxing. I was so hungry. Probably from doing 2 big workouts yesterday and then the day before and then dancing all night long. And I got up, had a swim, which was so nice. And then I ordered myself a full English breakfast with a coffee to be delivered. And I sat by the pool and ate it. I had just had such a relaxing day. It was such a beautiful day. Hi, Jessica. Hey, Jamie. It was very good. Did you all have a good weekend? I'm going to start pulling cards already. And I watched a movie. What else did I do? I ate a lot yesterday. I was so hungry. Hey, Tanak. So what have we got today, guys? What do you want to teach us today? Anything? You're going to go easy on us. Talk about relationships and why we're waiting. Is everyone still waiting? Tea ceremony. I'm getting a slowness from that. And calling forth the waves. Careful what you wish for. Things might come to a head and be a bit of trouble. Careful what you wish for. Take things slowly. I'm getting from this. Because call forth the waves. Because things might get a little bit chaotic maybe when things set off. Hey, Jennifer. If anyone wants to join us in our Facebook group, you're very welcome to do that. I'll put the link of it in the live chat right now. Join us. It's just so we can keep in touch, and people share memes in there and stuff like that. And it's a nice place to be. I like it anyway. If you're on Facebook, if you do the Facebook thing, let's get more cards out. Still waiting. We'll be alright. We'll survive this. I've had a synchronous time this weekend. Anyone else? Hi, Maria. Hi, Chloe. I was listening to something and I wanted to go and take my plastic bottles to the bins out there from my water. And so I took my phone with me because I was listening to it and I couldn't be bothered putting these in. Just for a quick walk out there. So I was kind of holding my phone, listening to it as I was walking. But as soon as I got out the door and I was walking down the steps, she was saying about transformation. And at that moment, a butterfly almost landed on my face as I was walking down the steps. And I was like, wow, butterfly. She's talking about transformation. And then she said, you might see things like butterflies. I'm like, yes. I don't know what I was listening to now. Illumination and unique. Something coming to light about you or someone else being unique for you. When we've got something peculiar about us, like something in particular that we really like, and then you find out someone that you're talking to really likes that thing too, and it's so unusual. It's that kind of thing. We're seeing 111s and 333s, 444s, 777s, 555s. Wow. You're on a 12-hour fast. 12-hour fast. It's easy to do. Don't you always do 12-hour fasts overnight? I do 18 usually. Still fasted this morning because I ate so much yesterday. Wow, it's just like one meal after another yesterday. I was just so hungry. Coffee's good. Look, I've got new glasses. I can't wear them for this because I can't wear them for reading. Pretty cool though, huh? They block out the blue light, which is why you see me blue. But they're great for looking outside. I can see so far now. Yeah, but I can't read in them. So I can't wear them for this because looking at the screen, it's way too close. Hey, Beth. So if anyone wants a mini read, check out that pinned comment up top. Tells you how to do it. By donation, there's a PayPal link in there, which you can use. My preferred method is the PayPal, but if you want to use Super Chat or Super Sticker, you can do that too. Nice, aren't they? I like them. I wore them out on Saturday night, and that was weird because it's like in the dark. I mean, they're good. They still work. But in the dark, it just feels wrong. It feels like I'm wearing sunglasses because I'm only used to wearing things on my face when they're sunglasses. And they did get a bit smudged as the night went on, which was annoying. But yeah, it was good to be able to see. Oh, we danced so much. It's my friend's birthday. We had a good time. Let's get some tarot out. Thank you, Connie. I do really like them. I like the shape of them. I like the colour of them. They've got cute sides to them. Yeah, they're nice glasses. Cute case as well. Bright. And it kind of folds out, and a nice fancy cloth with them too. Who's it? Kath someone. Kath Kitston. Tarot. I'm happy with them. And it is just so much better for looking outside. I hadn't realised how fuzzy my world had become. I punched myself in the face though when I was training in them on Saturday. I missed an uppercut. Punched myself in the face. You've been seeing angel numbers as well. Very synchronous time at the moment. We've got the palm reading card out again. This is the card that says things change and readings change as well. I'm just going to move that mat. Readings change as well. I've noticed that. I mean, not just for myself, but for customers, those that get, I've got some regular customers, and I've noticed that the advice, not the advice, the guidance changes. The predictive side of it changes, and it's not that what was wrong. It's that especially when you get a reading and you're given that information. Once you've got that information, you change your mind, it's in your awareness, and so something's going to change. It's like that old, movie thing. Be careful if you go back in time in a time machine, because if you change something, then so everything changes. It's like that. Readings do that. When something is planted in our awareness, it changes. So you've got to be very careful as a reader because of that, because you don't want to set someone off on a downward spiral trajectory. So, but there's got to be that mixture of, you don't want to be totally Pollyanna as well, because then people aren't going to look at themselves within themselves and do the work that's required. It's got to be that sweet mix of encouragement, positivity, so that they're heading in the right direction with the focus, but also the down to earth. You need to face this and this, coffee's good this morning. Anyway, that's what that's about, the 5 of Air. Now, 5s are about changes too. Finally, 555. When you see 555s, especially when the wind's blowing, it's winds of change. Things are changing. Things are getting moving very shortly, I think. And the 5 of Air says it's changes in our thoughts first. That's why this card is, because this card says you get a palm reading done, your palm can change, but also what you get out of the reading changes. So many people say that to me. because I do my readings, my private readings written. So you get to keep them. And if you read, there's so many people say it, they read it like 2 weeks later or 2 months later and saw something completely different in it that time. And well, you see that in the readings too. Check people's comments out in the readings. People hear different things from it. It's great that way. Everyone gets the guidance that they want from it. So you can get a reading and take it a different way. Or definitely, if you've had private readings from me, read them again. Go back to them and read them again. You'll get something different out of it. Sometimes it's almost as if it's a completely different reading. Something else is written in there. Incredible. But we change our minds first. We change our focus. We change our minds. We change our outlook on something. We reframe things, the way that we're looking at things, and this is what instigates change in our lives. You see the 2s and 4s. I see 747. Hi, Dessa. Hi, Chloe. Yeah, I see 747. Let's leave those there in case I need some more of these. Oh, hello. It's a cow. Looking at you. It's the 9 of Earth, the 9 of Pentacles. Single independent card. Is it in this deck though? Let's see. 9 of Pentacles. Wrong deck. Nine of Earth, creatures. As we peer into the depths of the seas, we look upon our past. When we lift our eyes to the skies, we imagine the future. In the middle, firmly between past and future, is the present, right where it always is. Here in the present, we do what needs doing. While there are many, many animals that walk the earth with us, this cow, standing solidly in her field, contentedly munching her grass, is the epitome of being present. She's not concerned about what will happen later or fretting about something she forgot to do earlier. Cows are quite fretty, in fact. They are. I don't think we can presume what's going on in a cow's mind because they are quite fretty creatures if you've hung around with cows a lot. One time I watched a cow giving birth. I've seen it a few times, but this particular time the cow had CLH on its back when it was laying down. It was kind of upside down when it was stood up. Had CLH on its back. So that calf was called Claire. Instead, she smells the freshness of the air, feels the cool breeze, and enjoys the taste of sweet grass. It's a state that's both sensual and spiritual, knowing that one is exactly where one should be and is enjoying it to the fullest. The 9 of Earth points to a time of satisfaction and satiation. That would be nice. I mean, I'm always satisfied, but satiated. I was eating so much yesterday. There is enough of everything, and it's all very enjoyable. Like a perfect summer evening or sunny spring afternoon, all is just right. The wisest thing to do is nothing. Nice. It's kind of perfect here at the moment because it's just a little bit cooler than usual. And when the sun's shining, it's cooler than usual. It's just perfect. The shadow side of this card indicates a preoccupation with the past or future. Trying to push forward, trying to get there instead of being in the present. Trying to get somewhere instead of being in the present. Trusting that this card is about that. About being present like a cow. You read for a friend? Thought you were way out, so the next day right on. Good, yeah. And yeah, when we're readers, it takes a while to get used to that, doesn't it? And really trust ourselves with that, especially when it's like, I've given some serious messages in my time, like really serious messages, big, and that's scary. And a good thing I really trust myself with the messages because it's so rare that I get something like that through. But when I do, I know I've got to say it, and I like, it's been grave sometimes, the things that I've had to say, and people have like, yes, I understand. You know, when people get into that functional, when there's something very serious going on in their life, and they go into that very functional kind of a state where they can follow steps very easily. It's like a stress state that we get into. I've had people like that have left the reading like that. Not that I stress them out, but I highlight to them the predicament that they're in, and they know what they need to do. It's just that confirmation, you know. Sometimes it's really important. So trusting ourselves when we're getting readings. What's this? Path. The path is next. There seems to be like a light at the end of the tunnel card to me. It's going through the forest. The path. Let's find him. I bought a guitar yesterday. Well, it was the 12/12 sale on Lazada, and I've been thinking about it for ages because I love Yamaha guitars, acoustic guitars. I had one. It's in Australia. It would have been stolen by now. It wasn't in very good storage, but I love that guitar. It was a Yamaha and soft sheen, very pale color, and like a matte finish on it. It's beautiful. It played beautifully. The very good, very high quality guitars for mass-produced guitars, Yamahas anyway. So I thought, you know, I wonder if they're on sale in the sale yesterday, and I looked. And yeah, I could get a really good one. In fact, it's a step up from my previous guitar. So that's exciting because it's been ages since I picked up a guitar. I used to play a little bit at my ex's. A little bit. There's a path. Where are you, path? I lost my way. There. It's the hermit. Oh yeah, we had that in the energy update today. You might have been hermiting for a long time and then might come out to a select number of people. And other people think you're still hermiting away, which is a good thing. But you're not. You've actually come out a little bit. What scares you is when terrible things are in the past and it comes through in the cards. Confirm it. Yeah. Oh. Every witch, every pagan, every person for that matter, lives their own life and walks their own path. While there are moments and beliefs that we can share, times when we can help and support each other, when it comes down to it, our journey is our own. We decide what to do, what to think, what to feel, and what to believe. Our life, our choice. We determine our values and set our priorities. We decide what we think as well. I always think it's weird, that whole expression of when people say, then you've been permitted to think, you know, like there's a meme, well, there's probably a lot of memes going around, but there's one saying, you have the power to heal yourself more than you've been permitted to think. It doesn't make any sense that you don't get think permits. So I don't permit you to think that thing. We can think whatever we want. Our focus, like, we never lose that freedom. We can never lose that freedom unless we've got severe mental illness, and then maybe we can lose that freedom. But the majority of us have the freedom to think. We decide what to do, what to think, what to feel. Interesting how we decide what to feel, do we? Is it an automatic response? Can we decide? We can change our feelings quite easily. Put music on, think about something different. And what to believe. We determine our values and set our priorities. No matter how entwined our lives are with others, At the end of the day, alone in the woods, we take our own journey, we walk our own path. Fortunately, when we're alone, focused on our heart and our own connection with the divine, that is when we can best hear the divine's voice and see its guidance. Our path becomes visible and wisdom becomes our companion. Make your own decisions, it says. Seek guidance from the divine away from the influence of others. Trust your inner self. Thanks, Jessica. Then we've got the Mother of Earth again. She comes out so much, doesn't she? It's almost like she's stalking us. Mama. The Mother of Earth. Where's Earth? She provides a rich harvest. She nourishes our body and souls with the best of her creation. She's also very stable in the tangible world. Feet firmly planted on the ground. She's earthy. Yeah, down to earth. She's solid. She's practical. The manifestation of our thoughts and feelings. So she manifests. So she's not just in her head. She changes her mind, but then she manifests it. She changes her mind, and then she starts taking action toward it. It's that kind of stability. Manifesting things on the material plane. Earth gives physical form to our spiritual journey and helps us connect concretely to the wheel of life. She's making things happen, and the mother is the one that, what did it say? Rich harvest. You're going to get something good. Now look at this. It's the two of her. It's the choice. And now we've got a pendulum. Have any of you guys used pendulums? I have occasionally. I'm more likely to use muscle testing than anything else if I want a quick, or those, they're my crystals. These crystals. If I want a yes or no, but you can use pendulums too. I can dowse. I did it in my friend's property. Bend two metal coat hangers, and you hold them loosely in your hands and then walk about, and you can find out where the water is underneath the ground. I mapped out, my friend's place. Because she was wondering, she just had this land and wondering where to build a house on the land. You use it, you use pendulums, yeah. Cool. Well, there we have it, about a choice. We're in the dark about a choice. How interesting. So we've got a lot about kind of readings here. The two, there it is. Two of the pendulum. Life's complicated. Many times answers are not simple and situations are not black and white. Did you all see the picture of the bat? Oh, there's another bush in front of it. I can't see it from here. I wonder if it's still there because I think his wing is broken. What a cute thing. Life is complicated. Many times answers are not simple and situations are not black and white. In order to find the truth of the matter, we plumb the layers and convulsions, looking for patterns, trying to find the path in the woods. However, there are times when things are not complicated. Sometimes the answer is simply yes or no. Most forms of divination are more suited for the nuanced situations that fill most of our days. In fact, they're so well suited for those times that they're nearly useless for obtaining clear and easy answers. A pendulum, however, is useful for only the most basic of questions, this or that, yes or no, like my red and green crystals. A pendulum is a very simple device and can easily be made. It consists of a thread or a tiny chain with a light weight at the end. Lovely pendulums with fancy weights made of metal or precious stones can be purchased. There are even pendulums with tips that open, revealing tiny receptacles that can hold herbs, oils, or tiny bits of paper. However, as nice as these are, a makeshift pendulum can be devised from a length of threads and a paper clip or something, or employing a necklace chain with a pendant on it. To use a pendulum, hold the end of the thread or chain in your dominant hand. Rest your elbow on the table or flat surface, letting the pendulum hang straight down. With your feet flat against the floor, center and ground yourself. This is a very important part of working with a pendulum, for you want to be tapped into the flow of the earth with a very strong connection. Once you're grounded, close your eyes for a few moments thinking of your question. When you feel the time is right, open your eyes and observe the pendulum to determine your answer. So you ask it a question, first of all, that you know the answer to, like, my name is Claire. Is my name Claire? And then, yeah, it will... Cat's at the door. Was she? And then you find what is your yes or no. So it could be like back and forth, or it could be round in circles, like clockwise. Oi! Hello! You coming in? Hmm? No, she's just sat on the banister or whatever you call it. The rail. She doesn't want in. She's already been in this morning. Yeah, so you find out what your yes or no answer is. So for some people, a yes will be clockwise or anti-clockwise. For some, it'll be like back and forth or side to side. If you think your question should be easily and clearly answered with a pendulum and find that it's not, it's uncertain or unknown, try using another form of divination to gather more information about the situation. This signifies clear guidance. All the necessary information is at hand and it's time to make a decision. The truth of the matter is clear if we only open our eyes to accept it. This could also indicate that you're not ready to face something and make that decision, not ready to accept or deal with it at this time. Yeah, it's nice to have, I agree, Penny, it's nice to have a yes-no thing for clear, definitive answers when you're doing readings for people. So I like the crystals. They're good, like that. So being in the present, something about what our focus is on here, grounding it in so that we can manifest it, and about choices. And the choice is definitely ours, is what these cards are saying. We can manifest what it is that we want. Not necessarily through the way that we want it. We can't dictate that, but we can manifest what we want. Oh. Jessica, let's get to your mini read. Thank you for your donation. High self-guidance for you, Jessica. Oh, Jessica, you got connection and move away. This means that there's someone to leave behind. This could be a friendship. It could be family, even someone in your family. It's someone to cut out. There's someone that's not good for you in your life. It's a connection to leave behind. You might have spent some time trying to heal it, trying to fix it. Or for nothing. Some things just can't be fixed, and it's not for us to fix it. And we don't have to. Like, there's nothing saying you should keep that person in your life, or you should be able to. So you got to give yourself permission to leave someone behind. To move away from somebody here. What about that? For Jessica. Yeah, shows you bored. Post it in the group. If everyone wants to come and see Timothy's board, there's the link to the group. Transformation and take the risk. Jessica? It's risky. Yeah, that's why we don't want to. We want to keep old people in our lives and sort it out because it feels risky if we don't. You know, sometimes it's the whole, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first thing. where sometimes we want the manifestation to happen through an external circumstance, but we don't really want that, because then we're like asking for tower moments. Sometimes we want the other person to change it, but that's giving our power away. So it's risky. Now, yeah, because you could be like thinking that you're leaving yourself out of it and you're not going to have any kind of backing. It depends who the person is in your life. I don't know. I presume that you know who I'm talking about here. It'll be someone that makes you feel worse, that drains you, that there's problems with. Consistent, over time, over and over again, it never changes kind of problems. I'm not talking about the occasional problem with someone. We shouldn't get so like easy to let go of people when the moment they give us a problem, like, that's it, you're dead to me. Get out of my life. No, this is something that's been a long-term thing. So whoever they are to you, they might have been providing some kind of security for you. Maybe it's not actual security. And what I mean by that is sometimes it can just be in our mind. You know, we can like, well, keeping someone in our lives just in case we need to have an ally in a certain situation, or just in case by some kind of sudden misfortune we lose everything and we still need to have our, you know, birth family around or something, because there's some kind of security in that. And often it's just the idea of the security. It's not real security. In fact, it's not real security, because when it's someone that we need to move away from, there's no security there. And as for money, that's a good one. That's a good skill to have. Yeah, Penny, post yours too. Mm. So there you go. You need to move away from somebody. Let them go. Leave them behind, Jessica. Could be a romantic relationship. I'm not picking that up particularly, though, that it's a romantic relationship. Anyway, high self says, leave them behind. Hey, Tara. Oh, divorce. Well, yeah, it definitely could be that. You know, we've got so many divorcing energies around at the moment. It's never come up so much in readings as it has lately. But it's good. It's good. It's time to start again. So I would focus on what I said about that security then. What you might be still thinking that there's some security in your husband, your ex-husband, whatever you want to call them now. There might be a part of you that's still kind of holding on to that energetically for security. So just have a meditate on that, because that's what I was getting, is that security thing. Got some more tarot out for everybody. Just because that take the risk card, Jessica, it feels risky to. Whenever we decide to leave something behind and go it alone, it always feels a bit risky, doesn't it? To trust ourselves. That's what's behind it. Trusting ourselves. Gotta trust yourself. Don't need them for security. Oh, she's the teacher. I look like a teacher, everyone said, with my glasses on when I was out. Yep, teachers wear glasses. 7 of Wands. And even if we're not feeling perfectly confident inside, we can, like this woman, draw on the energy of the universe to help bolster us up. The universe has unlimited energy, so all we need to do is hold tight to our courage and ask for that boost to get us through. Is he pulling back, Jessica? Is he the one that's clinging for security? Yeah, so we can ask the universe to give us a boost of energy. Help me out here, universe. Often we only ask like that when we're hitting rock bottom. We've not got to wait until that point, because we can ask for help at any point. It can be really frivolous. Remember, the spirits, they don't have any concept such as time, so you're not like taking up the time. There's unlimited energy, like it said. The universe has unlimited energy. And so ask for whatever you want, no matter how little it is, ask. Because we have free will, and so they can't interject. So which suggests that towers could never happen, right? Because we've got free will and they can't interject. But I guess there comes a point where they can interject. Having the strength to stand up for yourself and your ideas. Reversed, it's feeling defensive or overly protective. We need to be open. You know how this said, like, take it slowly, because be careful what you wish for. Things might get tricky. The universe is helping us out, and we can ask it for help in that. So then we'll be illuminated. Let's get one more out. A tricky choice, I think, is what this is saying. For us to manifest what it is that we want and bring it in, we need to be present. We need to be aware that our guidance changes over time as our minds and our focus changes. Our path can become differently depending on conditions changing, because our minds have changed. There'll be a choice to make for us to manifest what it is that we want. We do need to take it slowly, because be careful, things could get very unsettled as we choose it. The universe is helping us out, and we can ask for help there. I never wanted to split. It's interesting. I was listening to a Matthew Hussey video yesterday. He was talking with his brother about a study that his brother had read about who gets over relationships faster, men or women. And it was very much saying it depends on how you look at it, because it seems like men get over it in the initial stages faster than women, but they don't actually. In the long term, they don't. Whereas women seem to not get over relationships, breakups, in the short term, because they tend to process things. The men tend not to process things. Of course, this is generalization, but tend not to process things and hold on for longer. I would agree with that. So at first, men will go, yay, I'm free, broke those shackles, woohoo! And then it's only down the line. So they appear to have got over it, but they haven't. It's only down the line, months down the line, where they're really not happy. Because let's face it, it's not that much fun being single. I've never really understood that. When people go, yeah, you're single now. Do you remember what it's like? Do you remember? Obviously not. The group of friends that I've got now, generally all business owners, educated, more mature. We're all like 40s, 50s. And taking care of ourselves. We've got a certain energy. And that, how I've said, when you're a certain vibration, you attract any kind of an energy. It was interesting because on Saturday night, we attracted all kinds of energy. And it's amazing. Some, what can I call them? Skanky guys, skanky energy guys. You know what I'm talking about. They try. So they were hitting not just on me, but on my friends too. And it's like, why ever would you think? Why ever? It's like that Uptown Girl song. Why ever would you think that someone like me would be interested in a guy like you? Like, what? What are you even thinking? Just total mismatch in energy. Hey, Arabella. No, I don't know why I was saying that. Why was I saying that? He's avoiding talking. Mm. Oh yeah, being single. He could get crappy once he realizes not going to get you back. Damn. When they get manipulative, you really get to know someone when you split up with them. You really do. I was shocked at my ex-husband's behavior after I broke up with him. I expected him to be a reasonable person, and he wasn't. They turn on you. The warning signs were there all along, right? Oh, it gave him false hope. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, you really get to know someone when you break up with them, for sure. Oh, 9 of Swords. This is not good. Bats. 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 What do bats mean? I need to look bats up now. I really want to go and have a look. If he's still there. Bat. Divinatory meaning, no, spiritual meaning. Bats. Letting go of fear and being free from them. As per bat symbology, bats are totem animal, unlocks your deepest fears and sets you free. Oh, when a bat comes, it's the death of fears and the rebirth of someone who's going to live free from fears. Nice. A bat's good luck. Symbols of luck and happiness. Yeah, bats have few rivals in Chinese culture, and their admiration for bats is ancient. Chinese word for bat is fu. Is it? What's the Thai word for bat? Let's find out now. Come on. Bat. Bat as in animal bat. No, I don't want that. Ask me questions at another time.
ค้างคาว
Kang cow. A bat is a kang cow. Kang cow. I bat, you bat, we bat. Oh, no. It's a verb. It's the wrong kind of bat. Bat as in animal. There's limitations to that app. Freedom from fears, huh? Let's try Google Translate. Bat into Thai. Kang cow. Noun, bat. Kang cow. Is that the verb? Might be. Oh, it could be that. Might be. I don't know. I have to find out. Because Mapa is fox. No, wolf. False hope isn't good, yeah. And inadvertently we can give false hope, right? And then they can turn it against us saying, you led me on, right? That's the flip side of it, is that as if you did it on purpose. Oh, thanks, Penny. Oh. Yeah, you just got to go for it, Jessica. Don't be scared. Take the risk. Transform it. Get out of there. 9. Anyway, she's got bats. Wow, I haven't to the right page. All sorts of thoughts and ideas dress themselves up as truth and come home to roost. They become very persistent and make it difficult to see other possibilities, no matter how much better or close at hand they seem to be. Worry, regret, nightmares, problems. And it's in our thoughts, right? Yeah, flying foxes. That's why I'm just thinking it might be that second word that I said. What was it? The bee? I don't know. That would be a nightmare, wouldn't it? A lot of bats in your room and an eagle on your bed and spiders around you. You know how I was saying about that state, that stress state that we get into, where we just get into logical mode so we can take the next steps. It's like a blinkered vision. Have you ever been in that state when something big has been going on and you just become like this very functional creature, like do this next and do that next, and you do it? It's almost like an altered state that we get put in when we're in stressful situations that allow us to get out of it. I'm getting that from this. What are we headed into here? Something that we need to ask for a boost from the universe for, calling forth the waves. It's going to get rocky. It's not going to be good. We're going to make a decision to manifest something, and it's not going to be good. It's going to get rocky. Ask the universe for a boost, and yes, it could be a little bit like this, but we can always get into that state of being functional, one step at a time, because it's about what's in our minds. We don't have to ruminate on the problems. Ruminations, yeah. Let's not do that. Arabella, thank you. And then we've also got Connie too. Thank you, Connie. Arabella. We can cause all kinds of trouble. Like I told you, my ex turned my kids against me. What kind of a person does that? Damages their own children emotionally. Of course, he's not even that aware to realize that he's doing that. But still, why the hell not? What are you doing being a parent if you're not thinking about the well-being of your children? Yeah, I guess he was thinking about the well-being just on a very functional, money kind of level only, and not emotionally. Anyway, that's mine. Arabella. Oh, let's do Connie first. Higher guidance for Connie. Thanks for your donation, Connie. Connie. All the cards are a bit gnarly today. Sure, I like this. Connie, you've got criticism, refocus and criticism. This is like someone has said something and you can't stop thinking about it. And it bugs us. It bugs us when we think that there's an element of truth in it. It doesn't bug us when we don't think there's an element of truth in it at all. We can easily let it go. But when there's a little part of us that believes what we've been criticized about, it goes on and on and on in our mind, and that's what you've got going on at the moment. It might not be at the forefront of your mind. It might be like a nagging, annoying thing in the background of feeling judged or not feeling good enough for some kind of way. It feels to me like it's a judgment call, a criticism that you're really trying to push away, as in, I am not that, I'm not going to think about that, they were just totally wrong. But it's in the background and it's still bugging you. What can you tell us about this? How could you let it go? Yeah. By owning it. By being at peace with it. Yeah, I am that. So what? That is the only way out. It's the shadow work. It's like, I'm a liar, so what? Yeah, we all are. And you're a liar if you say that, you know. So if you were, say, reacting to that, being called a liar, I am not a liar. It's time to go, well, I am a liar and everybody is. Because we all do. To some extent, we all do. So whatever it is that's bugging you, you need to own it. You need to say, I am that. So what? You know, it's one reason that I can be so outspoken about everything that I've been through, because I really don't care anymore. Like, someone can't point the finger at me and say something that I've not already admitted to everyone. Yeah, I've been there, I've done that, and so what? I'm a human being. I am that, yes. Really sets you free when you can do that. So now I hope that you understand what I'm talking about here, as in what it is that you've been criticized about, because it's that you need to own. Arabella, higher self guidance. Poopy. Arabella, you called Poppy Cupcake Poopy. Poppy Cupcake, that's a sweet name. Yeah, check out the pinned comment. Poppy Cupcake. Arabella. You and your ex-boyfriend divorced 10 years ago, still hasn't got over it. Yeah. 20 years, 21 years for me. I don't know whether he's got over it or not, and pay a single bit of attention to him anymore. Arabella. New beginning perfect. Nice. Wow. You got a fresh new start coming. Perfect for you. Everything will change. Everything. You might not recognize yourself. Oh, you got a risk to take as well. Sabotage. Oh, okay. Right. So you've got a new beginning coming up for you. Um, a complete overhaul. A lot of change coming, Penny. And not Penny, Arabella. And there's something in your past here where you've taken a risk and then you question yourself out after it because you're like, I shouldn't have taken that risk. That was too risky. That was a sabotage. And now you're risk averse. Now you're risk averse, but you need to take this risk in order to have that perfect new beginning. It requires a risk, a leap of faith, so to speak. Currently, you're like, no, that would be a sabotage to take it, to make it, you know. I was watching a doctor, a Harley Street doctor, UK. Does everyone know what I'm talking about there? In London, there's a road, a street called Harley Street, and on that are like it's not the top doctors. That's how I was taught it, that the top doctors were there. But now I'm realizing, because I was watching her videos and it's just normal skincare, really. Um, and I thought to myself, you know, what makes a Harley Street doctor different than another kind of doctor? And it's just their investment in themselves, right? It's just someone that decides that they're going to pay the exorbitant rents there and take themselves to that level. And then the people will come to them just because they're on that street. Like, literally, it's the investment in themselves. That's all it is. I do business on, I know that. And it just depends how much we invest in ourselves. Like, you can rent a treatment room in a treatment center and keep yourself really small. Or you can rent an office on Harley Street and call yourself the shit. The bee's knees. I'm amazing. Very little difference between those two people and the information that they're giving out, right? Poopy's fine. Poopy cupcakes. We don't want poopy cupcakes though. Ugh. So, yes, you need to take a risk. You need to forgive yourself for that sabotage in the past. You see, now, the energy that I'm in, I would get myself that Harley Street office. Why not? Invest in yourself. That would seem really risky to old me. Not so much now. Just put yourself, up there. I think you've got big things coming, Arabella. Who's next? Maria. Thank you, Maria, for your donation. Maria, high self guidance for this week. Oh, move away from mirror reflections. The ugly mirror. Okay. The ugly mirror. I've talked about it before. When someone is mirroring us, but they're doing it to a much bigger extreme so that we can see what it is that we're doing ourselves. And often this happens like in friendships. We can be friends with someone and we can be trying to help them because they're showing us something and they seem to be in need of help. But what's really happening is that they're just doing the same thing as we are, but to a bigger extreme. And you get to a point with the ugly mirror where you're trying to help them and they're not particularly wanting help. And you realize, damn, I'm doing the same thing myself. I do what they do, just to a lesser degree. And the ugly mirror, that person helps you to see what it is that you're doing. It's like, damn, it's me that needs to change that. And this is saying those people that are showing you something, you see, our first instinct is we recognize that they've got a problem and then we try and help them out. So, for example, like friends, or choosing to date the wrong kind of guys, right? And you could be telling your friend, why do you keep on choosing guys like that? And why are you looking for them in those kind of places and all of that? And constantly giving the advice, and never realizing, I'm doing the same thing just to a lesser degree. We get not confused. We get distracted by them because they seem to have a bigger problem than us, right? It's like people do this all the time with money. Is when they've got a really insecure financial lot. They're not doing that well financially. They don't have that stability. Those people will look at poorer people and want to help them out, right? And instead of realizing, oh, it's me that needs it. It's like the self-love thing as well. It was like with me wanting to help out people when I was unhealed, wanting to mother them and be that, and then realizing, oh, it's me that doesn't have a mother. It's me that hasn't had that. There comes a certain point, Maria, when you've got to realize that it's not them, it's you. And yes, it might be you doing it to a lesser degree, and I really feel like it is. Current closest friendships help you through mirroring. I mean, it happens, doesn't it? Yeah, it happens. That's what we do. We get attracted to people because we recognize an element in them that is us. And then it starts to annoy us. Relationship 101. We get attracted to someone who's showing us things about ourselves. And we love that until we don't. And then we're like, ugh, I like that. Anyway, on that journey, it's time for you to move away from them now. You're staying in a certain pattern. Feels like friendships that aren't good for you. Yeah, up until now. It was a mirror up until now. Like I say, with relationships and everything, what energy were you in when you met somebody? It's good for us to look back at that. So if anyone's got anyone in their life at the moment that they're having a bit of a problem with, look back in time when you met that person, because that's when they were an energetic match to you. And you could be like a completely different person now, like completely different person. In which case, they're probably not aligned with you right now. Up until now, a willingness to look back in time and kind of go, well, yes, I was kind of messed up at that time when I met that person. I made a connection with them or something like that. There's something to uncover here, Maria. I like it. There's some investigation work to do about someone that you've got in your life that needs to be out of your life now. a willingness to look back at where you were at with your vibration and your focus at the time. It's like people that get into charity work, right? I did when I was in a bad financial state. I wanted to help other people. It's like, what are you doing? You help yourself first, and then you can help other people. It's like here, this on this island, there's a lady that is very charitable, but she tries to set things up without a proper. Like, if you're starting off a charity, right? You need it to be self-sufficient. You need it to make money to fund itself so you can pay the people in it so it can be self-sufficient so it can actually function and make money for the charity, right? That's sound thinking. She doesn't do that. She doesn't do that. She wants the rent to be free for it and the volunteers to work for free. She doesn't want to make it a solid entity that can actually be a charity. And this is that's what I was saying, is that people that don't have that strong financial, when you haven't done it for yourself, when you haven't done the self-love thing first and got it for yourself, and then you try and give it away to someone else, you got nothing to give away to someone else, and it just ends up in this spiral down. Everyone gets messed up. I can see it clearly now, and I remember, and when people don't have a solid financial backing as well, they can turn around and look at, say, charities and go, oh, well, why is that charity? Why is the CEO being paid that of a charity? It's because it has to be a functional thing. You need to have someone really good up there, and they need to be paid properly, and everyone needs to be paid in that thing for it to be a functional thing, so it can raise the money. I get the points of view because I've been there, but you know. Estolin. Look at the lemon. The lemon's kissing lime, is it? Estolin. Thanks, Arabella. Give us some goss on Estolin, guys. Oh, Estolin's helping you. Estolin's helping you right now. Giving you lots of information. Estolin has the clues. No, this doesn't feel like it's on a literal level, as in Estolin is helping you out, being a support to you, backing you up, there for you, and all of that. It's not that. It's more of a, yeah. Estolin is providing the clues for you at the moment, supporting you in that way. So it feels like they've put Christmas lights up around the shower enclosure outside the pool, fairy lights around the top of it. I cancelled my order of Christmas trees. I bought some little Christmas trees about that size. They still hadn't sent it, so I cancelled it yesterday because on Friday, I only made one daily read because it's like, well, it's almost Christmas in my daily reads, and I don't have any Christmas decorations. And so I'm like, well, it's too late. It's all for the videos, not for me. So I'm not going to be Christmas. I wasn't Christmas. Oh, I've got my Santa hat. I'll find it. I'll find my Santa hat and I'll just put that on. Do that today. It's Christmas in my videos. No, I'll find it today and I'll get it washed and then I'll do it on Wednesday. That's what I'll do. Okay, Ashland's giving you the clues. I get distracted, don't I? And it's about respect. It's about you being respected. And the level of respect. Remember what I said? Think back to when you met Aston. What energy were you in then? Because respect is just so obvious. When we're not respecting ourselves, we get a lot of disrespect. When we're really respecting ourselves, people can come to us with the disrespect, but we'd never let them in. It's like I was saying, there's my friends and I now, we've got a certain energy about us. And the guys that were approaching us, we were just like, what? Like, why? It's not that you don't attract that disrespect anymore. It's that you see it for what it is. You wouldn't let it in. Like, you just wouldn't let it in. It's like when your diet's really healthy and you're looking after yourself, someone can offer you like some junk, some like chemical junk. Do you want one of these? And you'd be like, no, why would I want that? Not putting that into my body. Severe chemical junk. I'm not talking about, like, I'll still put some junk in there, but severe chemical junk, no. Like, a packet of things that are just chemical and nonsense. There's nothing food in there. I just wouldn't put that in my body. Burger and Cajun fries, however, I did last night. It was good. So, your level of self-respect when you met Estelin, what was it like? Where was it at? Because Estelin has the clues. And you gotta love that. You gotta love that. I can't remember what I was saying. You were asking about him last week, and I can't remember what I was saying. What kind of readings do I do? I just say what your higher self wants to tell you. That's the kind of readings that I do. It tends to be about the inner work more than anything else, although not always. Not always. Not good, huh? And it can be a shock when we look back and we think, like, wow. It's like when my ex-boyfriend showed up on this island and I was like, wow, what was I doing with him? You raise your vibration up and then it's clear. It gets clearer over time, yeah. And sometimes it's good to have someone like that in our lives so that we can really see it and keep on seeing it. Penny, thanks for your donation. I slipped and said your name instead of Arabella's, and I said you have changes. Okay. Yes, there is something in that, right? Oh, I like it. There's a strong theme about shadow work in today's mini reads, isn't there? Willingness to blame, willingness to accept blame. This is a willingness to accept blame. Penny, you know how I was saying before to Maria, was it? Yeah, I'm that. So what? It wasn't Maria, was it? I can't remember who it was, but yeah, I'm that. Willingness to accept blame. Yep, I did that. Yeah, it's a willingness to accept blame. I did that, and what of it? It's that kind of attitude. We're allowed to be human, we're allowed to make mistakes. It's so powerful when we really truly accept ourselves. Because no one can have anything against you when you do that. No one can have power over you anymore when you're willing to accept everything as it is. No one can criticize you anymore because you're like, yes, I am that, and what? You were expecting me to be perfect? Well, no, I'm not. I'm a human being. It's a very freeing place to be when we accept everything about ourselves And we don't shy away from things like this, being blamed for stuff. Yes, I am to blame for that. I'm thinking that this is what is going to instigate the change. It sets you free. Why does that instigate change? Well, for one, look at what I'm doing now. Would I be able to do this if I was still in an unhealed state and I was ashamed about the abuse and so, like the stuff that I've done in having children too early? And, looking back, I wasn't a good mother. I was the best mother as I could be at the time, but I regret having my children so early before I'd healed. But I did that. I wouldn't be able to put myself out there if I didn't own all of that stuff. Otherwise, I would have a lot of rocks thrown at me. Rocks can be thrown at me now, but I'm not going to get hurt by them, So, yeah, shadow work. So powerful. And if someone is blaming you directly, you can say, yeah, and what, you've never done that? You've never lied, have you? Or, because we're all that, we are. Take the power. Yeah, trust yourself and take the power. Like I said, if we're owning it all, no one can have power over us anymore. But if we're not owning it all of us, people can have power over us. People can manipulate us because we're so busy trying not to be to blame, trying to deflect that blame. It will all change for you when you do that. Why? Maybe because, like me, you'll be able to put yourself out there in a bigger way. Like I was saying before, like what's the difference between a normal doctor or a healer or someone that puts himself on Harley Street? It's just having the guts to pay the higher rent. It's all it is. And to believe in themselves to enough to do that, to take the power and to trust themselves to do that. I would do it now. I wouldn't have done it before. I wouldn't have done it before. But I'll do it now. Harley Street Tarot reader. Why not? It's just a declaration of yourself and where you see yourself at. Interesting messages. So your change is coming on the back of that. Let's get more tarot out for the collective. Maybe I can find some tinsel and put it around these red flowers and it'll kind of look Christmassy. I'll actually be doing Christmas days on Wednesday. There's that fluffy cat. Fluffy butt. Princess Fluffy butt. Hello. So, tarot. Okay, Four of Cups is out first, and then the Ten of Wands. Not seeing an opportunity that's in front of you, something that's available to you because of burdens, personal burdens. Anyone can rent office space at Harley Street. Anyone. There isn't some governing body permitting them to think that they are good enough. There isn't some governing body saying, you are expert enough now to be able to rent some space on Harley Street. No. It's just those that apply for the tenancy or whatever it is. There's an offer. There's something that's available. It's already available to us, but we've got to put some burdens down first. Personal burdens down first. Let's just see if there's anything more that I should be getting out of that I'm not. 4 of Cups. Could be that you're missing out on an opportunity if you're being distracted by external forces. You could be still concerning yourself with things of the past. Oh, that's what my reading said for this week. No, for last week. It was that problems and issues that I've had in the past are behind me now. And I'm going to have new challenges moving forward. It's not going to be the same stuff. I've had a lot of same issues in the past. You know, things to heal and stuff like that. It's just been like similar kind of issues and a certain way of dealing with it. And what my reading said is like my challenges in the future, it's not going to be any of that anymore. Like I've been there and I've done that and got myself to a certain point where I just don't need to do that anymore. Or if I do, it's going to be a small thing that comes up. And yeah, I'm feeling the same with this as well, is we could get distracted by past lessons and stuff like that and keep ourselves in that energy of seeing life from that perspective. For example, this can be getting stuck in the healing kind of a loop, always looking for the block, you know? So instead of moving ahead with getting your Harley Street office, you say, why you're constantly asking, what's my block to getting it? As if some fairy is going to come down and say, now you can rent this space. Sometimes we need to put all of that behind us, the searching for blocks, the what is it that I need to release, what is it I need to put down, the what is it that I need to put down, and why not me? Why not me? Could be that you're missing out on an opportunity if you're being distracted by external forces or being distracted by past issues. It's a sense of restlessness and boredom which has you feeling stuck in a rut. Are there issues from your past that are weighing on your present situation? That's what I was getting. If you're fearful or indifferent about making a change, you may continue to dwell in a state of limbo. This card may also suggest that there's something you may be overlooking. Perhaps the solution is closer than you think. You have a system of love and support in your life. How can you connect with this? Is there anything you're taking for granted? Take a moment to meditate on the aspects of your life that you're truly grateful for. See the positive highlights rather than focus on the negativity. I feel like it's a time to move forward and not be in the same patterns that we were in. Did you just want like a few biscuits and then you want to go back out again? Yep. Oh, there's fairy lights around the hanging seat as well. Oh, I'm going to have to take a selfie this evening. The hanging seat, I don't think I've taken a photo in that for a long time. It's by the pool, the brown egg-shaped bucket thing. It's got fairy lights on the pole that holds that up, so I'm going to have to take a selfie, a nighttime selfie on that. This camera is excellent. iPhone 12 Pro. Nighttime shots are just so beautiful. Dark shots. So nice. Nicer than daytime shots. Paying more rent for prestige just seems stupid and snobby. Yeah. But it allows you to reach a different kind of a person. There's a place for everything, right? There's a place for everything. Got to find our place. Who are you here to serve? I mean, some people are here to serve the snobs and all of that. Some people are here to be in that world. They deserve the help too, you know. just depends where you're at. We've got to know our level kind of thing, you know. 4 of Cups. Interesting. Reversed, it says you're close to breaking free from a state of stagnation or boredom. You've had enough. Now is the time to make positive changes in your life and take action. Be open with your heart and feelings. An opportune time to focus on new projects and life goals. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that. Definitely feeling that. The Ten of Wands, though. There's some burdens to put down, or maybe not. Maybe we're thinking that there's some burdens to put down. But it's just past, burdens of the past. Issues of the past, burdens of the past. After all you've achieved, you may feel overburdened by responsibilities, finding yourself overworked or off balance. Your initial aspirations and creative ideas may seem faded from your present situation. It may be a good time to accept help from others and prioritize what's truly necessary. How are you gaining wisdom from your actions? What can you remove or cut out in order to reduce some of the pressure on yourself? I'm feeling the reverse for this too. You may be experiencing oppressive responsibilities or a lack of opportunity to remove yourself from a stressful situation. A wonderful time to work toward your dreams and personal aspirations in order to remove the limitations and pressures that may have been present in your life. It's to leave the past behind, but it's to leave the past energies behind, to realize that our mindset can shift. I think that's what this is saying, this 5 of air here. Something can change now, and it's in our mindset that it changes first. But not the way that we're looking at something, the way that we're doing life itself, the way that we're thinking. Like I said, it could be that you've just been in a healing phase of your life where you've had to constantly ask yourself, what's my block here? What do I need to let go of? What do I need to shift in my mindset, you know? I think we've all been in a phase, a heavy phase like that, and I feel like we're coming out of that now. A wonderful time to work toward your dreams and personal aspirations in order to remove the limitations and pressures that have been present in your life. It's time to release and purge the energies which are holding you back in order to look toward the future with a fresh perspective. New starts, fresh perspectives, a change of a mind of the way that we're doing things, the way that we're approaching everything, really, so that we can see the opportunities that are already there, right there in front of us. Hey, Brian. The Magician, because we're manifesting something new here. A new beginning. Start of something. Oh, we had an alignment last night, didn't we? Of the planets. Don't know what that's got to do with this, but it just popped into my mind. The Magician represents new beginnings, sparks of inspiration and invention. This powerful key defines the self-mastery that comes from exploring your own inner talents and skills, each of which is associated with a key aspect of yourself. Remember this, something will be illuminated, something that is like really personal to you. I thought it was going to go on and on about relationships again, so that's what I took it as, something unique to you. I don't think it is about relationships this time. I don't think it is like you've got a certain peculiar skill or interest and then you meet someone that's got that same thing. I think it's something that's been illuminated in you. Maybe a realization of where you need to be now, what your place is. This powerful key defines a self-mastery that comes from exploring your own inner talents and skills, each of which is associated with a key aspect of yourself. Earth, air, fire, water, physical, mental, spiritual, emotional. It's the balancing of these energies that leads to higher forms of knowledge, awareness, creativity, and conscious manifestation. The Magician embodies a clarity of mind that allows you to channel your full potential. When your efforts yield super positive results and the world seems full of possibilities. So we're getting a lot of guidance through to change our thoughts about ourselves, what we're here for, who we're meant to be around, what it is that we offer, so that we can reach our potential. You already have the vision of magic within you. How will you share your gifts and talents with the world? That's what's changing. How you will share your gifts and talents with the world is changing, and it requires a mindset shift first. Mm. I wish I knew more about astrology sometimes, just to match it up with these messages, because I feel like there is something going on that's going to be a big transformational new beginning. At the moment, I feel like it's been going on all year, really. Hasn't this year gone fast? Really fast. Do they? The tech millionaires? Some of them are, though. I wonder why. I wonder why you're meeting those ones, I mean. You probably met the other ones, but you don't realise. Because the ones that are visibly that, what I mean by that is the ones that you know are tech millionaires or whatever. A million's not very much, really, these days. But if you know about that, then they're the ones that are putting it out there. Do you know what I mean? It's only the ones that will tell you that they're that. You've probably met people that are that they haven't told you about it. You can't judge them on that, because it's not a big thing. You find these things out. People die, and they've got millions, and no one had an idea. Why? Because it's not a big part of themselves, and they're not putting it out there. I think what you're recognizing there, Jamie, is an insecurity that makes people, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. Yeah? It's not about the money and about the millions. It's about the ones that call themselves out as having it. Yeah. And watch out for that, because that has you pushing away abundance, by the way. Beliefs like that. And you think that it's linked with the money, and it's not. It's linked with those that are going, I have this, I have that. You know, one time, what was it? That was it. I went to have a look around a place to rent. No, a place to buy. This is just so interesting. I found it so interesting. So I was of the mindset when I was living on the Gold Coast in Australia of buying myself a dilapidated waterfront house, though, canal side house to renovate, because I did a renovation in the UK, made a lot of money from it, and really enjoyed that process as well. It was very creative for me. I really liked it. And I was like, I want that again. I want to have that experience again. So I was looking at properties that were for sale. And some of the properties that were for sale were being rented out at the time. And so one of these properties I went to look at had this super, super flashy sports car. I'm talking like Ferrari or something like that, like insanely flashy, elite kind of a car. Like, to me, you could have like a Porsche coupe or something like that, and it's okay, it's flashy, but it's not that flashy. This was like Maserati kind of, I can't even remember what car it was, but it was like oh my God, that car was in the driveway. Now, think about it. I was looking at houses that were kind of pretty much dilapidated, that needed doing up, but waterfront. So when I did them up, they'd be kind of worth a lot, and it would appeal to someone that would want the kind of house that I like because I like my luxury. And that were being rented out. And then there's this car in the driveway. So I was going in there expecting what was inside of that place to be of that same level. Was it? No. Oh my God. And the guy was in there too. It was all show. He was living like a junkie in there. I'm telling you. Mattress on the floor. Just like clothes everywhere. Like hardly any furniture at all. But he's got this car. What the hell? So just, yeah, be careful. Be careful of what you're believing in the external circumstances. Libby, thanks for your donation. You can make it happy too. Depends what you get with your money. Yeah, I like the Magician's card too, Jamie. Libby, you'd love to get guidance when it comes to your love life. Let's do that for you then. Libby's love life. Tongue twister. Libby, love life. Here's some healing to do. I don't like this energy because this means like a kind of a karmic partner coming in. Like you've still got stuff to heal, and when we're wounded and we've got stuff to heal, we don't choose good partners. But we kind of do choose good partners. We choose partners that are going to help us to see it more clearly, which is kind of hard because it's the ones that highlight, you know, highlight what it is that we need to heal more, which is challenging. You've got challenges in your love life because of this, because you've got more to heal. No furniture will show. It's crazy, huh? Like to have such a car like that as well. My God. I mean, I do like my luxury and I like nice cars. I would never go for something like that. Although I was looking at Aston Martins. They're just, to me, they're just so beautiful. Just so beautiful. Oh my God. And the hand stitched inside. I love it. I love those cards. I don't know. I don't know why in particular. Maybe the James Bond thing. Oh, they're just excellent. There's just everything, every little detail in those cards are just the best. And I'm not a car person at all. Like, I'm not a car person at all. But I think there's a certain vibration about when people do what they do and they really care about what they do and they want to make it to be the very best. There's something in that energy that's very attractive. You call that house poor. Just want to appear like they have it together. Yeah, yeah. Well, maybe they are living within the means, but they've got the priority is just on the car, on the toys, and the priority isn't on that living. Do you know what I mean? Like, just because we have a nice car doesn't mean we've got to have everything. I get that, but there's got to be some kind of a balance, you know? I always think there's got to be some kind of balance, right? It's weird. Anyway, back to you, Libby. I get so distracted. So you got something to heal, and it's about trusting yourself. Okay, so you're bringing people into your life, or have been bringing people into your life to have romantic connections with, that have some kind of an authority over you. Maybe father figures, mother figures. I don't know what your inclination is, but um, to it's not the same energy as wanting someone to be kind of responsible for themselves, to have a balanced relationship with them. It's more wanting someone to get into a relationship with someone responsible so that they'll kind of take care of you. And that's kind of where you're tripping up here, of not trusting yourself, trusting someone else more. wanting a particular energy in a partner. And then you'll get into a relationship like that with someone that you think is going to take care of you. And you find out that they don't, that it was all smoke and mirrors, that they don't take care of you, that it's probably the opposite. There's always more. Yeah, but it gets easier, Libby, and it does get less at a certain point. Your higher self just wants you to focus on this one thing now, is that it's subtle, because we want to be in a relationship with someone responsible, right? Ideally, we want to be living our best life ourselves and responsible for ourselves, and not needing a relationship and not needing someone to be like that, just wanting someone to be like that. And it's just a slight difference between it. It's the difference between wanting someone to have a certain aspect about themselves because we think we don't have it in ourselves, and wanting to be with someone because we want a match to ourselves and we are that. So I'm responsible. I can trust myself. I can make good decisions for myself. I am making good decisions for myself. I need to be in a relationship with someone like that. Otherwise, no relationship at all. It's the difference between that and I want to be in a relationship with someone responsible because I'm exhausted in taking all the responsibility, and it's someone else's turn now. It's my turn to receive. That is a different energy. That's a different energy. This isn't saying you're full on needy. This is saying there's a very subtle thing that you're asking for in a relationship that you're not realizing you've got in yourself already, and you can do for yourself already. And so when we've got that, we get into a relationship, and then they take the power from us because we hand it to them. And that never feels good. So I would say, Libby, it's time to delve into that. It feels like something that you've been through before. So for example, like someone that doesn't trust themselves with their own money might want to get with someone rich, and they do. And then you get with someone rich and they take the power from you using the money. I had that experience. It was horrible. Really. And so they use their money to manipulate you, to take the power from you because they're paying for it. Right? My parents did that too with me. Even with my wedding. Like, me and my ex-husband were paying for certain things. His parents were paying for certain things in the wedding, and my parents were paying for certain things in the wedding. But and nothing was a problem apart from my parents, because the things that they were paying for, they wanted to have their way. They didn't want me to make the decision or my ex-husband to make those decisions because they were paying for that bit. They wanted what they wanted. That, using the money to manipulate, You drive all junkers. Nah. Your car's 5 years old. Keeping things up's the key. Yeah. My first car was brand new. Because I didn't need a car for a long time. So I was 29 when I first bought my first car. Yeah, I was 29. That's old, isn't it? And I bought a brand new Beetle because I loved them so much. I love that car. I had some crappy ones in Australia. Yeah, I didn't get a new car in Australia. I'd love to be with someone that's responsible, very independent for a long time. But there's something in that. There's something in the not trusting yourself, though. I wonder if you have experienced that manipulation kind of thing, because that was coming through strongly. Of someone using that power and then manipulating you with it. My ex did that. I'm paying for it. I'll get my own way. And I'm paying for things. You need to do everything else. It got very imbalanced, that relationship. You had a 74 super beetle. Mm. I'm not going to get another one of those out. I'm going to go to the slippery deck and then get some love cards out. I would quite like a Porsche. I want a convertible. That's the car, a little white one. That's the car. Aston Martins are just so beautiful. Oh my God. I love them. Got a photo of me sat in one somewhere. I was seriously considering it. I was seriously considering manifesting it because, and they're bulletproof too. I mean, wow, they're bulletproof. You never know when you might need a bulletproof car. Crazy good. Like, really. I even was like picking what I wanted because you can have whatever color stitching you want inside and you get invited, you get invited like through, there's a waiting list because they make them to order, but you get invited to, at a certain point of the way when they've started making it, to go and watch it being made. It's like, would you like that option? You go to England and once it's like 6 months into the production of your car, to go and have a look at it or something. Yes, I want to do that. Yeah, I would like to do that. I would like to see it in production. Just that level is just incredible. And there was nothing snobby about it at all. In fact, the car dealer guy, he was kind of a bit of a James Bond kind of a character. Didn't surprise me that it was in that. It was holding that James Bond kind of energy, but it was very down to earth. A lot of the men are intimidated by an independent woman. Yeah, but the wrong ones are. Not one that's doing it for themselves. The ones that want a mama, those kind of men. Well, you don't want to be with those kind of men anyway. Yeah, they're intimidated, but the good guys are the ones that are independent in themselves. They want an independent woman too, for sure. The ones that have done the work. Intimidated man. They should be intimidated, and they should get out of my experience. Intimidate your way out of my experience, intimidated man. Not for me. You've dealt with manipulation a lot. I was feeling that, yeah, when you're younger. You need to trust yourself, Libby. Oh, we don't want mama's boys. So annoying. Yeah, the real men. I don't like that saying because like the other ones are fake. Now, but I know what you mean. The mature, and it's not about age. The mature men, yeah, they don't get it. They're just like us, really. If you've got to that level yourself, there's just no way you'd be in a relationship with anyone that isn't at that level. There's just no way. And so you don't get intimidated anymore. And like old me was intimidated by, people that are of a certain level. I didn't feel like I was there yet because I wasn't. Death. Da, da, da. Death and rebirth. So there's not many out there because it takes a lot of work. We've experienced that. The amount of inner work and shadow work and all of it and healing and everything to get ourselves to this point, it's a lot. So there's not that many people that are up for that kind of work. But they are out there, and I tell you what they're not doing. They're not shouting from the rooftops. Look what we've got here. We've got the hermit. This is what they're doing instead. And you might not be aware of people's hermit modes too, as in when they've been doing the work on themselves. Because we're not. Because you don't go shouting it from the rooftop. I'm in hermit mode. Well, some people do. I'm in retreat right now. Oh, well, how can I hear you then? Have you been around people like that? I used to live in Byron Bay. I was around people like that. I'm on retreat right now. And then the lovers, a choice to come out of that retreat, the silent ones, the ones that are like, I'm not dating because there's just not as out there. Your person might be in retreat mode. They're not going to be apparent to you because they're careful. They're careful who they let in. This is what I found out when I was on my self-love journey as well, is that, and I'm more careful about who I let in now. And the people that I was meeting, they were careful about letting me in too. It's a slower approach. It's not the fast thing that other people do, the insecure ones. It's a very slow approach because you've got to guard your energy. It's like, I worked hard for this happiness. I'm going to guard it. I'm not just going to let any old dick in my life. Like the guy, like some of the guys that approached me. And then they were all mouthing off to each other because like there's a whole group of friends that were trying it on. I knew one of them. I know one of them. And they were like, yeah, I see what you mean about her. Well, get out of my experience then. Believe him. Believe him when he says, I don't know what he said about me, but I'm not available to you guys. It's the ones. You suspect your best friend has been mirroring you to get you into the vibe, to match whoever's meant to be with me. Yeah. Carrots. The people that help us to raise our vibration. Very important. Oh. Anyway, we've got a big rebirth happening soon. It's big, but it requires the end of the old us. A big message here in the leaving the past behind, leaving the burdens as they have been behind. Our old challenges as they were, the repeating challenges, we've got to get out of that now. That is no longer our challenge anymore. Leave that behind. I've done that. I'm out of that now. Now let's move ahead and see what's next. Let's manifest something new. It's a rebirth, is what it is, like literally a rebirth. The old you is dying. The new you is being born. A whole new person. Leaving fears behind as well. I was just reminded the bat. The bat flashed itself in my mind then. Leaving our fears behind, said the bat. Leave your fears behind. What have we got here? The devil. Ooh, the fears. There you go. Leaving the fears behind. The chariot. Wow. So we can move into the future in a balanced way. So that we're not pulled in two directions anymore. Leaving the fears behind, the fearful us behind, the scared us, the timid us, the little us. This is why we've got to heal our inner child. Because if we don't heal the inner child, then we end up being that young, naive, easily manipulated energy instead of the mature us that's got this all over this shit. The chariot is often two horses going in kind of different directions, right? Being pulled in two different directions, the dark and the light. When our fears are still in charge in a way. Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is about fulfilling ourselves, our own wishes, doing it for ourselves first. And we're talking about relationships, we've got to do this. We've got to get to that point where we don't need a relationship. We want a relationship, but we'd rather be by ourselves. If the right relationship doesn't show up, we've got to get ourselves to that point in order to have a really good relationship. We've got to get so picky because we're filling our own cups up. You're not going to just let someone come into your life and spill all your 9 cups, right? And or another way of putting that is you're not just going to let someone into your life that what was I saying? There's a certain way that I put it a few months ago. I'm trying to remember that. The self-love, we don't want to lose the self-love that we've gained. We don't, you know how I was saying, like, we've done all of this self-love work. We know how to take care of ourselves, and we can do that in hermit mode by ourselves. Then we get into a relationship and integrate that in a relationship. So not be our old selves in relationships and give it away and, lose ourselves and go back to those old familiar patterns or familial patterns and do what we always did and forget about the self-love thing. That's another way of putting it. Keeping our cups filled, having autonomy and independence within a relationship is important. He's pleased with himself, look. Be happy. And the people that are doing this, they are in hermit mode. I mean, they're very picky about who they let in. And it's interesting is that my gateway to the people that I'm around now was through the self-love thing, but then it was really connecting deeply with one particular person. And then me realizing, once I was hanging around with him a lot, is that I really like the people that he chose to be around. It just, I saw that really clearly. I'm like, wow, you choose really good people to have close to you. And they're my people now. Those very same people are my people now. When you've worked so hard filling that 10th cup with self-love, yeah, no, I'm about to give it to someone that might dump it. And there's so many people that would. There's so many people that are like, oh, you got 9 cups. I want them. Yeah, the leeches. And we just cannot. We cannot. It's really obvious once you get to your 9 cups stage. You can feel it. You can feel the ones that just want what's in your cups. They want to take it from you. They want to run off with it and steal it. Arabella, didn't I answer that question before? Wasn't it? Rent it out. Let's ask again. Has it changed? Let's see. Should you sell your house? Should Arabella sell her house? No. See, same guidance. Don't sell your house. My tribe. And they are very particular about who they let into their lives. I like that. I appear shy when I first meet people because I'm so particular now. I need to watch someone for a while before I let them into my life. And then I do. Oh, there's this lady. She's just so much fun. Anyway, Arabella, tell us about this. Abundance. Arabella, I don't know what this has got to do with your house, but you've got abundance here. And sex. Abundance. Investments. Houses are investments. An investment is something that pays out. Sometimes we use the word incorrectly, like an investment in yourself. Sometimes we think we're investing in things that it's not an investment at all. In other words, it's not going to pay out. Some things are. If it's not going to make returns to you. So someone might think that a car is an investment and it's not. Is a car ever an investment? Well, maybe if you were running a business on it. If you're a taxi. Otherwise, it's not an investment. My makeup is an investment because it's investing in myself and it does actually make me more money, weirdly enough. But most self-care stuff isn't an investment. Well, it's an investment in me, but you know what I mean? I'm getting from this abundance thing is like you're allowed to keep it and have it make money for you. A true investment. I want you to keep it and rent it. Keep it up for you. Oh, okay, that's why you got the sex card. Yeah, nice. Warmth and touch. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think it's a good idea to allow yourself to receive from that place. Use it as an investment. Warmth and touch. It's what my parents did. I'd buy places and then renovate them and then keep that place and rent it out and then buy another place and renovate it and keep that too and rent it out and then buy another place and renovate it. It gives a really solid income when you do that. Instead of flipping them, which can also be good too. But this feels more like warmth is about opening your heart to yourself, allowing yourself to have a steady income from something that's an investment. Touch. I don't know. Maybe this is about abundance. Maybe this is about you allowing yourself more, the easier stuff. If you think about it this way. So sometimes we don't allow ourselves to have easy money, to have some kind of investment that just pays out without us working hard for it. Yeah. Often we want to work hard for things to justify it because we don't feel worthy of having an income really easily. So I feel like this is allowing yourself to have an income really easily because you've worked for it. You've worked for it. On all of the previous things, it's an investment. Yeah. How much you put into that along the way. You deserve it. Everything that we've worked for. I used to I gave away everything really. I was in that pattern of just giving away everything and not keeping anything for myself. It was from a place of not feeling like I deserved to keep it. And now I realize that I do, which is why I want to build now. Mm. You're welcome, Libby. Skaggy. Skanky. Skanky guys. Yeah, we attract all of it. Yeah, because they see it like, oh, they get like the dollar signs in their eyes or the energetic equivalent of that. This person has got some good stuff. I want me some of that. I want to steal their cups. That's what they do. Mm. That's how you're working on it. Yeah, opening up to abundance. And that's the thing is that if we have worked at whatever job for however long and we've made an investment like that and bought a house, of course you deserve it for all of that work that you've put in all of those years. Mm. Yeah, we attract them, but we don't accept them. We just look at them as in, who are you and what do you think? Like, really, I've got the Queen energy. It's like Queen of Swords energy, that is. Who are you and why do you think that I've got any time for you? And that sounds so snobby, but it's not snobby. It's reality. It's like you and me, we are not alike. We are not a match. Like, and it's kind of insulting that you're even trying in a way. I'm not going to insult myself and go there. Mm, it's disappointing. Join our Facebook club. Oh, that's not the link to it. That's the word for bat. Oh yeah, we need to do it over and over again, don't we, before deciding? Oh, get to the bottom of who they are before deciding to let them in. I read that differently. It's like we do it we let the skanky ones in enough and to recognize it and then go, I am never doing that again. Never ever going back there again. Let's get some loving out. I want to use these. Where are you at with the loving? Give us something more. I love this deck. I've not used it all weekend. I've not used it for myself since I got it. Well, I did actually use it at the weekend. Not for myself. I used it for the private readings, for the love readings. Using. There it is. Using. Those people that use others. Yeah. Mm. In that too, like she's walking on the heads. She's walking on the heads of these guys. I like scratching the head. What's going on? I didn't see that before. I thought she was just like big and in the background, but she's actually standing on the head. Be careful of that energy. The ones that need and want resources from other people. They want to take for you. And you get with them and then you wonder why you feel so drained by them. Not just romantic relationships, any kind of people, friends and all of that. We've got to be more advocating of ourselves, like who would be good for us. Who's going to add to my life as much or more than I'm adding to their lives. Hey, Kelly. Send them packing. It's 9 o'clock. Beauty. I don't know why that's come out. I think you get more beautiful, more attractive energy when you fill your cups up like this. I think you do. People notice it in the energy. It attracts love. Oh, beautiful. Oh. Holding on is the problem. This picture where she's like, she's got his ankle. He's dragging her along. No, I've got to go to work. It's like, don't leave me. Don't go. Please don't go. These are fun cards. I like them. I feel like the using energy is other people, and I feel like the holding on energy is us, unable to detach easily, especially when we've invested in somebody. Yeah, and that's that kind of, we've chosen someone, we let them in, and then we kind of want to be right and stick with that relationship when it isn't right for us anymore. Instead of getting those lessons and then moving on from it to our dream come true. Anyway, it's past 2 hours. I need to get out of here, do some work, do my videos. So thanks everyone for coming along. Thank you for your donations for the mini reads. Come along to our Facebook group. Stay in contact. Come again. Let's do this all over again in 2 days' time. Same time, same place. But on Wednesday for me, and whatever day that is for you. It could be Tuesday for you. Have a good one. I do have some personal readings available. I don't know whether I'll get to doing any today. Some people waiting, but there's more available right now, and I'll probably do them tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody. I will see you next time. Bye.